Hello, denizens of the internet, and welcome back to Thea, the Awakening. Now, it's been too long. It's probably actually been about a month since I actually recorded anything, and I think that's probably showed on the channel. A lot of slowdown in content, and I was actually telling you guys the reasons why that was, but seriously, the number of things that just happened in the past month, it just could not happen. And so there just hasn't really been much content on the channel in the past month. I'm aware of that, but I think you guys also understand that this is a hobby for me. It's not what I do for a living, and so when times get busy, unfortunately, hobbies are the thing that kind of has to be set on the sideline. But we are playing Thea, and if I recall right, there have been a couple updates to the game, one of which actually adds multiplayer to the game. Unfortunately, I probably won't be trying that out through this run-through, but maybe in the future if it's a game we want to revisit. But, there's also been a number of other updates. There is one that says it breaks save games. From my understanding, I am running with that build and I am still able to play my old game, but I don't know how long that will be true. At some point, that may stop, and that's just the reality I have to face when I take a month break from recording, that some of the builds that I was playing on just don't work anymore. But what we were doing was, we are in the middle of the night here, although it says it's daytime. Seriously? Daytime? Okay. It's nighttime, and it looks like it's in the middle of the night, and then we'll start progressing toward, on into early morning and things like that. When we'll be able to see a little bit farther, we'll know it's safe. So we're going to be sending out a gathering party, and in looking at our town, if I remember right, we had decided that we were going to take two of the gatherers away because they weren't needed anymore, Tomko and Casimir, and then we were going to take the two warriors that are currently traveling with our expedition. They had to come on down and rescue us and give us some food. Let's head on back and we'll get some more food. We have plenty of fuel, 49 days worth of fuel, but we definitely need more food so we don't starve again. So let's go ahead and toss over some more vegetables. Vegetables are coming from our farms. That's what we're getting. Actually, no, that's not true. Vegetables are what our people are gathering, and I think we have an infinite supply of those. The meat is coming from our farms, and it looks like we've kind of stabilized there with about 3 usage per turn. That's going to go down, I think, once we take Casimir and Tomko out of here, though. We'll start to see that meat value rise, which is good. I don't want to completely fill up our building slots with farms if I can avoid it, but I may have to. Hey, we got a kid. All right. Let's go ahead and toss the string over. We don't have enough. We need 4 more string before we can build the well, but, you know, I think it's worthwhile to keep all that here so that we can do that as soon as possible. Let's go ahead and toss over the crafting materials. Really, the sticks. Don't know how we got those. I don't remember. And we got some more shields. I think pretty much everybody has shields. Let's go ahead and take a look at the people in town here. Make sure you do not have a shield. Yeah, we have to transfer. Alright. Transfer that over. And the rib cages. And that. Sure. And let's head back over here, and it was Casimir. You need a shield. I think we decided these rib cages were actually better. No. This is. Okay. Interestingly, he has another slot that other people don't. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's just something that all gatherers have? Alright, warriors can't wear rings. Alright. We now have used all of these, so let's go ahead and just give him a rib cage. That's something everybody needs. And he doesn't have a weapon either, but I can't craft any yet. That's something I haven't spent the points on, which is a bit of an oversight, but I keep hoping that our wandering party is going to find weapons, especially from some of these skeletons we've been killing. I really would think that they would drop a few, even if it's just some rusty blade, you know. I would think they would go ahead and drop that off, but it's okay to go ahead and leave the extra items here in town, because your town does not have a weight limit, unlike your actual party does. And so you can actually see that we're actually halfway to our weight limit here already, just from what we're equipped with and the fuel that we're carrying with us. How's fuel wood doing down in town? Fine. All right. So let's see about moving over a little bit more food. The food is growing. We're not at risk of running out in the town. 16 turns. You know what? Let's evolve it a little bit. That's 20 turns. And, because it's going to take a few turns before we're at daylight enough that I feel comfortable sending out our gathering party. Although I haven't decided whether I'm going up here for string or right here. We've explored more down here, so I just think this is the safer route. So, yeah, we'll probably head down here. That's probably a good idea. Alright. Well then, let's head up north a little bit. And see if we can get into some trouble.
The night's peace is disturbed by the sudden wailing of a creature. A decaying corpse sits atop the town's tallest building, croaking names in despair. A child from your village recognizes the creature and cries, "Mama," for the rest of the eerie night, until its little spirit leaves its body in the morning. You remember that the child's mother went missing last year and never returned. When the creature returns the next night, fighters attempt to shoot down the corpse, but it evades the shots with inhuman speed, and then it runs away. Your wise ones warn you that this fiend may keep returning if it is not stopped.
Okay, so we've already lost a kid, which is obviously a problem. That's a real shame, because we just got that kid, I think. It has inhuman speed. Okay, this looks like it actually does a hunting challenge, which is a good thing. It's not a straight-up fight, which means if we fail it, because we don't have very good people in town right now, because we just took one step out of town, there's not going to be any wounds from that. Although the failing the event may cause wounds. I feel like this is probably a bad idea. It's already demonstrated that it's going to come back, so let's go ahead and...
You run after the creature and try to follow its tracks. It is fast and clearly more suited to nighttime travels, but you can try to pick up the trail.
Let's go ahead and try it. 4 times hunting. Alright, our offense is our gathering. Oh, fantastic, we have gatherers. And our defense is our health. Okay. What's his ability? 0 damage doubled. Okay. Counter offense, first action. Oof. Not very good at all. 2 people that can get close. That's pretty much the only thing they're going to be able to do. First action here. Nobody is level 2, so that's not going to work. But we have our 2 heaviest damage dealing people up front. Nobody has any shielding whatsoever. I'm really afraid if I reshuffle, I'm going to get the guy with 0 and 1 in my offense hand, and that would just be really bad. So let's go ahead and keep this. It may not be a smart move, but, well, whoever said I was smart. Makes sense to get our highest damage out first. This guy's just going to be a huge buffer. He's going to be a 9 hit point buffer for somebody to hide behind. That's what I'm going to use it for. He's not really going to get wounds from a hunting, so... Okay. Huh. He's got poison. So that damage is going to double if it attacks somebody who's already wounded. I only have 1 card to play, so it doesn't make sense to play our shield guy. Instead, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the damage. I might be able to pull that off, but I really doubt it. This is level 4 on the hunting ability. I really don't think his counter offense is going to be good enough. I really just think these guys are just going to be used for get closer. She has a lot of health, too. Okay, it's confused. Okay. I have 2 cards to play this round. I feel like we could take advantage of that. But what's the smart way to do it? We've got to be smarter than them, because they have about the same number of hit points and the same amount of damage that we do. In fact, actually, all told, they have more damage. But I have a little bit more health that I can use and abuse. 2 cards. Oh, this is tricky. He's not going to go the first round, which means she might attack him. Might be that these 2 characters gang up and kill this one. That'd be nice. Might be that they attack that one and she attacks, say, this one. In which case, this one may attack her. She'll always get to go this second round, though? No. If it attacks her both times and she attacks that one the first round, she could potentially be knocked out. So, I can't rely on this one. can't rely on them both being dead, in other words. I have enough damage that I potentially could, but I can't actually rely on that because she might be knocked out before her second damage instance. So we're looking at a total of 12, 17 damage here, and they have 20 health. So only 17 is assured. Okay, it doesn't really make sense to bring him out. Not really here, because this is going to pass. I really want to save him for the second character here, but I have to be aware that my second card I may need to guard. Let's use him. And I have 2 shields here, because I've got her too. So let's go ahead and use him. He's going to guard, hopefully against that. If not, then I'll use her for the other shield. Confused her! That's not cool. Okay, that just threw all of my thinkeries out of the water. Okay, so next up we're going to use him, and then her. Get closer! Oh. Didn't have an extra card there. Well, I played that one very poorly. Also, why is he level 6 with only 3 health and 4 attack? I don't know. This is really poorly done. I made mistakes here. He's not guarded from this one, and she has nobody to guard. I didn't pay attention to the fact that I only had 1 card play. Not very good. We may win, but we're not going to win well. Alright, well at least now we get to do our damage. Yep, didn't knock that one out. And he is going to knock her out. Ouch. 5 damage out of the fight. I've knocked out 8. Knocked out 12. Still 4 left. Okay. I think we'll be alright. Unfortunately, she's over here. No, we're not going to roll with this. We are, in fact, going to reshuffle. Okay, we at least got her over here, and we'll use them for the get closer. We'll have to roll with it. We've at least got our shield guys here. If we only got 1 card, we'll go ahead and play her. He doesn't have any tactics cards, so he can't confuse her or anything. We'll just roll with this. Okay, now it's just play a shield out in front. And then play everybody else. Sure, why not? Let's send them out. And there we go. I'm not even sure why I played everybody else, but I did.
Tracks that clearly belong to your runaway fiend. You are able to determine the path that the creature must have followed, and you can mark it on the map for your scouts to pursue.
Alright, well, that's where we will send our main party, I guess. I'm guessing this is some, superhuman creature, if it can travel at superhuman speed. Normally, zombie-esque creatures don't do that in, these games. Okay, it's living right next to the cosmic tree. I wonder if that's, intentional. Huh. That's new. Okay, the game has been updated and now shows you the resources that you get each turn. We are, in fact, getting 3 meat, but it doesn't really say what the village is consuming, so, yeah, I guess since the value has stayed the same, we know we're keeping that static. Okay, if we put more people in town, though, then we will lose that benefit, but there's some idle villagers. We actually have a research point. And I have no idea what I want to spend it on. Being able to craft weapons sounds good. Oh, no, we were gonna get... We already researched the well. Okay. No, we didn't. We need to spend it on the well. Okay, so we want to hold on to that. We're a ways away from the next one, but really, the well seems like a very, very good idea. Alright, we leveled up, and in Ostoya, we got will, strength, gathering, strength, strength. Okay, it's very handy that these 2 guys got an extra gathering, because these are the 2 people that I'm thinking of sending out in our gathering party to get string. Our expedition, we have herbalism. Nice. Intelligence, health, armor. Not sure how you level up and get more armor, but guess that's the thing. Extra strength, health, strength, and speech. She got better at speaking. Remember, it's a primitive world, folks. You can get better at speaking by slaying creatures, even the undead. Okay, so we probably want to go ahead and do this because I don't know whether the event is set up that really this event will keep happening, where the creature keeps coming back to attack us during the night. Fortunately, we have multiple turns in between each night. It's not like it's going to come back each turn, but I don't know if I need to clear this by the next night or else, somebody else goes missing. That kind of thing. So let's go ahead and take our super party up here, because I think we can get there, clear it out, and come back in time to send out our gathering party for the next night. Let's go ahead and wander up here with our main party. And I can't go any further. Okay, let's just, let's take a quick look at town and see if we're building anything, because I don't remember from a month ago. We are not. We have 4 out of 10 buildings. You can't ever get more than 10 buildings in your village, although it would be nice to see if we could increase our gathering range. I'm not sure what you have to do to be able to do that. And also keep in mind, at some point we will unlock this, and we'll be able to gather a 3rd resource from our town. In the meantime, we can construct one of these 2 buildings. We can also craft some clothes, some cooked meals, or tools. Theodore wants us to make cooked meals. I don't really see a reason why we shouldn't do that. He usually gives us some resources that we can't get on our own. So let's go ahead and see what we would have to do that. We could use our vegetables for that, and our meat. Nice. Unfortunately, we aren't getting quite enough meat to make that sustainable. So let's go ahead and get one more farm so that each night we will be getting our pasture. So each night we will be gaining additional meat. That way I can make the cooked meals without actually draining our resources. Okay. We still have plenty of wood, and hopefully this attract human will start kicking in. I haven't ever seen that actually take place, but at this point we're going to have +8, no, +10 to attract human. So hopefully that will start happening, and we'll start getting some more people that way. Because really, we're kind of, now that we've lost that kid, our town's not growing at all right now. We've got 6 people here, and in our party out here, we have, what is that, 8? And I have to assume that when you have one of these expeditions, you aren't just gonna get a random kid that, you know, appears in your party. That just seems like that would be somebody you wouldn't send on the expedition. Could be wrong though. Villager expedition's food supply will run out in 3 or less turns. That's not true because we're gathering. So that warning is erroneous. I think. We'll make sure. We're still pretty close, so we can salvage it if it's a problem. Looks like those are some spiders that are going to come up and ignore us. And what do you know? I didn't actually assign anybody to build the pasture. That's a mistake. Oh well. This looks like it's been fixed. Looks like that's the actual number of resources I put in that. Just eyeballing that, I'm not sure, but that has been fixed. Very nice to see that. Double checking to make sure things haven't changed here. Yep, we're all still good. Yep, and now we're up to 4 turns of food, so that warning has gone away. Villagers idle. Alright, well, I guess we could go over here and whack on our spider friends over here. 4 malicious spiders, we know that's not too bad. So let's see if we can do a tactics fight. No. We can't. Alright, let's just fight them. Yep, she killed them all. Okay, well, we got the experience and the research point, so it was worthwhile to do, but, sorry, it probably wasn't worth the camera time. Alright, let's continue going up here. And that was our entire turn. Alright. Oh, really? What is that? 3 Gaith. Double skull. We might have to go do that. I don't know that our town can fight that off. I am so close, but I think I have to address this. I don't think I can just let it go. I have no idea what these creatures are. No idea. But I don't think I can let them do this. Cygnus would probably be a pretty good idea, honestly speaking. We don't know what the creatures are, but honestly speaking, I really don't feel like too many other creatures out there are probably very good at the sickness check. But at the same time, we're so good at fighting. Let's go ahead and fight the Gaith. We won't auto-resolve it too. Good, we've got 2 blunt damage. Not the best, but we've got 2 strong supporters in the back here. Shield ally 11 is very good. Shield ally 6, and then we've got our 2 piercing damage. And the piercing damage works even just to bring them out. So let's go ahead and keep that. I'm now realizing I have my 2 extra fighters in here. We get first go. I have no idea if they have piercing damage or not. I really don't know. I feel like I have to play Dobrovia instead of Hubbyslava. Not only does she do more blunt damage, which is always a good thing, she also has a lot more health than Hubbyslava does, so she can handle wounds better. Once wounds reach a certain point, they start becoming in danger of killing the character, so having more of a health buffer helps you have more wounds before you reach that point. I have no earthly idea what this creature is. It looks like some sort of tentacle tornado creature. Okay. Unless they do anything to it, though, Dobrovia should be able to handle this creature entirely on her own. And this time, I have 2 characters to go. So, I'm thinking I'm going to put... You know, I have no idea what their abilities are. They may have a first action ability. If they do, I'm going to actually shield her the way she is right now, because first action will move them to the front and it would put them to before her. This should protect her from an attack like that. This now means I only have 1 more card to go, so let's go ahead and pull out our heavy hitter to make sure that enough damage gets done to whichever creature. They could shield this creature as well, in which case that's a bad thing, because then she'll take a damage, but I also have a shield ally ability, which will help me to respond to that if that happens. This is a very thinky game. Okay, well, I did have a shield ally ability. That is now gone and in my discard pile. However, they no longer have any tactics cards either, so that's not a problem. I really don't mind. Okay, we'll use our piercing damage on the creature that comes out. So let's just bring out Hubbyslava and then Sergei. Again, in a weird sort of way, he has more hit points than Hubbyslava does. $18. Shouldn't be a problem. However, just to make sure, he should really die now. And this is actually going to help us because all the more damage will be able to help against the one in the discard pile. So let's go ahead. We should be good. We should be able to handle this, but I am glad that we came back because I don't know that the town would have been able to handle this. And we only have 1 fighter in the town right now. She almost handled both of them. And there we go. Still have no idea what a Gaith is, but perhaps if you're more familiar with, I guess it's kind of really Eastern European mythology. Maybe you can fill me in. I haven't run into that creature. I used to think that I was actually at least pretty knowledgeable about mythology of various cultures, but that's one I'm not familiar with. Okay, well. Once again, we're starting to head up here. We need to get up here and get back because it's going to be day, and we'll be able to see a little bit farther and send out that expedition. I don't want the expedition to go too far into the night, so... Okay. I think we're ready. Let's go.
Your tracks lead you to a campsite where an old woman sits by a fire, singing an old lullaby. She sees you and smiles.
Hello there, strangers. What brings you to my campsite?
Oh dear. We were following an unliving fiend who killed a child in our village. Their tracks led us here. Do you know anything about this?
How rude, barging into my camp and insinuating my involvement in such gruesome happenings. I don't feel like helping you. Be off now.
Well, we have 3 different options here. It looks like each one is equally hard. For some reason, she is apparently skilled in social challenges. We can say, we're sorry if our question offended you. This was not our intent. We were merely upset from the loss of our child and wish to find the monstrosity that killed it. Please help us out if you can. Or, hold on a second. We weren't accusing you of anything, but why so defensive, huh? Why do you wish to help with tracking a beast? Why do you not wish to help? Or we could say, you're the one being rude and suspicious. Die! Now, if this was me, I probably wouldn't take any chances. We know there was a woman who went disappearing in the village, and I have to admit she certainly doesn't look like she's all that healthy. And if there's something unliving coming back to the town, well, you know, that's not necessarily a good thing. I'd probably just go ahead and fight her. However, I feel like this is our best chance to find something out. It might also lead to a sequence of events. I know that there are event sequences in this game, and if we kill her, that might just be the end of it. Whereas this one, it might lead to another event, or another event after that. So let's go ahead and try the social challenge. We have a Baba Yaga. Yeah, definitely Eastern European. Hulking rats, not a problem. Deformed bats, haven't run into, but they are deformed. I mean, you know, just gonna say. Oof. This might be rough. We have decent stats all around on our damage. It's our health that is horrific. Obviously the two skilled here are Sergei and Bartosz. Everybody else has good damage, but really we got to see if we can protect our two main heavy hitters, particularly Sergei. I want him out of my tactics hand. I mean, he has very nice abilities. Counter tactic, we might be able to knock that Baba Yaga out, although we have 5 cards that we're going up against, so I'm not sure that's a good thing to rely on. Support ally is also very good. I feel like the Baba Yaga is probably going to be the only one that's good at a social challenge. Usually, deformed bats are not very good at social challenges. I mean, you know, social settings just don't seem to be their forte. And rats, we've already seen, are pathetic at social challenges. So, support ally here might be good. It might allow us to make that one tactical decision that we really need to be able to handle the Baba Yaga. On the other hand, 10 damage is a lot. This is a social challenge, so we don't have to worry about actually taking wounds. So I think what the deciding factor is, these guys are huge buffers. I have so many buffer characters to put in the way, and I very much doubt that even if she has high damage, she has blunt damage on the social. Therefore, I think this is actually okay. Yes, we don't have all the damage up front, but if we only lose like one character due to the Baba Yaga, that's probably pretty good, honestly speaking. And again, we have support ally. Wish I had the first action ability or something that I could bring Bartosz to where I want him, but let's try it. Oh, we can see what they have. He has even better. Do I risk it? I don't think I can, because I might not get either one of these characters out. But then they have such good abilities. Let's do it. Let's reshuffle. Now we've got Sergei out. Okay, so now we don't have the tactics options, but we do actually, in fact, have both of our damage-dealing characters out, which is good. We can use buffer characters to potentially keep them safe. Let's go ahead and get Sergei out first. We get to go first. I don't expect that any bats or rats have the first action ability sufficient to move the Baba Yaga ahead of him. Could be a thing, though. We do have a minor support ally on these characters, so we might be able to rely on that to keep him safe. Nope, we got a rat. There she is. Okay, she does 9 damage. That's a lot. Got 2. I could put... Alright, I definitely want another character next to her to give her somebody else to aim at. I know that sounds really bad that I'm like sacrificing characters here, but this is a social challenge. She's just gonna like at him and knock him out, you know? So, what's that ability there? Okay, so she's really, what, 13 damage? That's a lot. I don't have anybody that can confuse her either. She's going to get the chance to go. 20 damage. That's what I've got to be able to deal to her. Let's definitely get Nemela out to provide an option. She'll either go after one or the other character, and I don't think there's any rules in the game that say she is going to do more damage against the more dangerous character. I really do think it's like a 50-50 option that the game makes. So, with that in mind, do I counter tactics to try to knock the rats and the bats out? Yeah, I think I do. Let's try that. Not sure what abilities he would have had, but I really don't want them doing abilities to her. And they did. They only added 1 damage to her. Oh, that increases the offense! Okay. You know, it would help to read. Okay. Okay, she's either going to do a serious hit against Sergei, almost kill him, or she's going to knock Nemela out. Okay, kill is... yeah, she's going to either knock him out or, you know, whatever. Let's play Bartosz. He's protected from either side. She doesn't have blunt damage. If another character comes out, that's not going to be a problem. Then I want to stack up as much damage as possible, because they may choose to attack this dinky character here, but I really want them to then do the damage against her. I probably should have done another buffer, because she might... Well, at that point it won't matter. Okay, so... let's go ahead and bring her out. Wish I had piercing damage to be able to knock this character out so everybody would pile up on the Baba Yaga. I could have counter offense to get rid of him. Could have, but I didn't want to count on him being level 1. Turns out I should have. She's level 8. Wow. Okay, at this point I think we just... The way things are right now, I do not believe she can knock him out in 1 turn. So I think for sure we win this fight. That said, I guess we'll just send everybody else out. They won't go until the 2nd round, but they'll ensure we get the win. Naturally, all of our offense damage went to fighting the weak characters. Not enough, but he did enough. She's pretty vicious. Okay, now we start fighting off the little dinkies in the discard pile. Not a problem. Okay, now we shouldn't have taken any wins from this, but we have, in fact, won the social challenge.
Fine. Perhaps I did overreact a tad. I do know much about your walking corpse problem. In fact, I was on my way to try and sort it out. But more important matters are calling me and my companions, so perhaps it is best if you deal with your troubles. So, to begin with, do you know what a Vieski is?
A Vieski? Nope. Never heard of one.
A Vieski is a form of the cursed unliving, but unlike the usual types, the ones who get trapped in their bodies by dark magic or necromancy, the Vieski is destined to their doom from birth. You see, your corpse visitor was undoubtedly born with a full set of teeth, even as a babe, and this deformity was a sure sign of their future fate. Now your elders must have missed it, or they just felt sorry for the little one, and so they let it live. Now someone is paying the price.
Okay, please don't take this as a serious sign that if your kid is born with a full set of teeth, you're going to have an unliving child. I really feel like this is more of a sign, rather than the cause. So, do we ask a baby with teeth seriously, or how do we undo it? Both of these seem like valid options. I mean, for one, I feel like this is going to lead into more information about the telltale signs of this condition. Whereas this option seems like, okay, this is a road to potentially a cure, or... This actually seems like the more risky one, because we might not actually learn quite as much. However, she's being very helpful. I'd rather not be smart alecky. Let's go ahead and go with this one.
Vieski was likely someone from your village, yes? But they died somewhere and turned into the fiend, and now the dark magic has taken hold of them and seeks to take more lives. The only way to stop it is to find its grave, take off its clothes, burn them, and then rebury the body among its loved ones at your home. Now, I told you all I know. Treat it as a mere folk tale or do as I say. It matters not to me. Like I said, I have other matters now. I know where the gravesite you seek is, by the way. Here, have a map.
Okay, how did she know the gravesite if she didn't know it came from our village? I feel like those two things are probably linked, you know? But, alright, for story purposes, now we at least know where it's buried. That's much farther away. I don't think we're ready to do that at this point. We really, really want that string. We'll head up there. We can definitely do that. We'll stop by the cosmic tree on the way. Should we stop at the cosmic tree now? You know, I know the cosmic tree, you know, it's not this easy to end the game. I know we're going to get there, but we're going to learn some things. Let's go ahead and go.
You find the skeletal remains of a person, most likely an elf, as the bones have a slight silver tinge and are much lighter than any other humanoid bones you know. On the body, you discover a scroll that unrolls as soon as you touch it. There is a smell of burning wood in the air, and the scroll itself seems to be warm to the touch.
Okay, this is either something that the person was carrying, in which case they're an elf. Probably investigating the cosmic tree. Probably a good thing. Otherwise, it's a scroll somebody left, and reading it is a bad idea. Let's read it.
And so the cosmic trees stood in flames, and with it, the world burned alike. For as the canopy burned, so did the skies turn red, and the heavens were no more. As the core burned, the earth scorched, fields turned to ash, and Thea became a wasteland. Finally, As the roots burned, so did the gates to the underworld, and thus the souls of the dead could find no refuge, no peace, no purpose. You see some notes scribbled on the side of the scroll.
Okay, so this person probably didn't write this, and it is actually very important to note, and it might have gotten lost since it's been so long since I recorded an episode, that we currently, at least I don't know, how the cosmic tree actually caught on fire. It does say that it's kind of through negligence. People don't treat the cosmic tree as seriously as they should, and it somehow catches fire. I don't know if this is literal flame, or this is, it burned because of some kind of moral kind of thing. I have no idea. But maybe that's what this character was actually trying to find out.
Note 1 is written in a beautiful style, impeccable, neat, and very distinct. It reads, "And so our duty failed. Did we fail our charges? Did we abandon them too soon? Or were we never supposed to do so in the first place? Should we have guarded the sacred pillars more vigorously? I must go to the evergreen grove and find answers. Signed, Alicia Silveroak, scholar of the Age of Thunderer, keeper of the knowledge, last of the sacred guardians." There is an old map with the grove marked upon it. It won't be easy to follow after all this time, but you do recognize some landmarks. There are also 5 pieces of silver tree bark which emanate with strange power. Note 2 is clearly scribbled in a hurry by an unknown author. The elves seek to diminish our work. No surprise there. I must get to this grove before they can meddle with mankind again. The Sage Tower should give me some clues as to how to stop the elves. The darkness is a side effect for sure, but I'll be damned if I let the magic rule man again. The rest of the notes are too damaged to read.
Okay. Very interesting. Sage Tower might be related to the Guardians. Sounds more like mankind may have rebelled against the elves and set fire to the cosmic tree, not realizing the consequences. But it certainly seems that perhaps some of the characters would prefer the darkness. So that's interesting twist. Alright, well, we get 4 XP for that. Really wish we had gotten more research points, but... Oh, that's convenient. Really? Okay, the cosmic tree is apparently right next to our town. And, okay, no, that's probably the Sage's Tower. Yeah, that's the Sage's Tower. And the actual tree is up here. Okay. Well, we'll hit that when we go up to do the Vieski. For now, I think we're going to call it here. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Dire Penguin out.